is highly respected in Nigeria. One of the voices from within and among the elite. Okay? He's no any other mean person than Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, a very respected Islamic cleric in Nigeria. But something happened that he has to break his silence and speak the reality today. You see, I am going to read out one of his interviews. The journalist recently interviewed him, and these were his responses. He said, insecurity is worse under Buhari government than Jonathan. Sheikh Gumi. This information can be gotten from the Punch newspaper on the 7th of July 2018, which is today. Insecurity worse under Buhari than Jonathan. Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, a fiery cleric, spoke to Godwin Esenyo on national issues and the leadership style of President Muhammadu Buhari. Listen to the question from the journalist. You criticized former President Goodluck Jonathan when he was in power, and now you are doing the same thing to President Muhammadu Buhari. What is the problem? And listen to his response now. The problem is complex. It is difficult to simplify. If you want, there is a problem everywhere. We only criticize when we feel the problem is going to overshadow the progress. During the last regime, as you said, there was a lot of bloodshed. Yet there was a lot of progress that I can acknowledge. Universities were built, even in the north. The Almajiri schools were built, and also the railways were built. Things were moving on. In fact, even at the time, the Nigerian economy was even growing faster than that of South Africa. But there was still bloodshed, and there was a kind of I don't care attitude and put the country together. You see? Let me just speak a little about what he has said here. This was a leader that was doing his best for the country. Universities in the very heart of the northern Nigeria, where the level of illiteracy is so high, building Almajiri schools where beggars would be roaming the street, but he built a school for them that they might come and learn and be improved. But because he is not a northerner, neither because he wasn't a Muslim, these people criticize him to high heaven and pull down his government. In fact, the bloodshed by Boko Haram and other menaces that this man is referring to were actually a policy which he could acknowledge them. Building of schools, universities, and the economy growing faster. Nigeria became the fastest growing economy in Africa and the fourth fastest growing economy in the world under this administration of Goodluck Jonathan. But this man was put down by the elite because he was no longer following their system and they have to remove him. Remember, they brought him in the first instance, but when it was discovered that he was no longer dancing to their tune, they have to remove him. Okay, let's move on to hear what this man have to say together. So when I see a leader polarizing or dividing the polity, no matter how he claimed to be good, he is not good for the situation. You see, it is not every time you bring everybody together and also have a way of negotiating in the murky water of politics. You see, I relate this killing to an end, because this killing is actually fueling poverty. And not only that, I can say that it is poverty that is the foundation of the killing, because those who are doing the killing are actually being paid peanut, and they blow themselves off with bombs with the promise that they are going to make it to heaven. But I'm sure that if these people are well educated and they are earning a good living, they would not have taken this route, because those who are sponsoring them have been educated and they will not want to try what they are asking them to go and do. Okay, their children will not do it. So why should you ask these people to go and do what you and your children would not like to do?